games, that's what we saw, and now it is indeed gonna be the case. Same set of bans for TODAK and Echo. Expect maybe the joy this time for TODAK.
I think so. If they ban out the Kaja here, then they'll very lovingly go into the 3T maneuver.
Okay.
The tic-tac Trevor trade, they don't mind it because they can win it.
I kind of feel like Kaja ban and then Joy ban because they always ban out the Phobias. But in this game, I kind of feel like Cutie does not necessarily need the 1-1. I'm pretty sure Cutie could go on the Beatrix and he will still be fine. So perhaps if you really want to change things up, you know?
Yeah. So we're expecting Kaja here for TODAK, and then for Echo, probably another Phobias.
Or they ban out the Joy and try to pick up the Kaja.
To me, your team.
Or maybe just ban out the 1-1 and then don't worry about it.
Oh no!
Joy ban.
Echo was on it.
They know. Kaja is open. Is it the first pick TODAK thing?
Is Yums
Would you
feeling it?
rather go Fredrin here if you're TODAK?
I almost want to go Fredrin.
Okay.
Because the Kaja is an amazing hero, but there's options, you know?
Yep, there are options.
I am the power.
Never mind.
Right.
Kaja first pick. All right.
Kaja first pick. What's your answer, Echo? There's the Valentina that they always utilize against this Kaja.
Yeah.
And the Fredrin is also
See value
open.
in me?
We can expect that as the first two picks for
Valentina
Echo.
or Fred-Eve?
Oh, that's right.
I feel Fredval.
Fredval, I do.
I
do V. FV. Let's go.
The FV.
Yeah, FV.
Yeah, the FV.
Yeah. Because if you pick up the Eve, it's gonna be suppressed anyway. So
no, because if you pick up the Eve early, this time, Toda could pick up something like the Kadita to fight back.
Yeah,
and the thing is, if Toda eventually just pick up the Eve, you have an Eve yourself.
Oh wait, just the same. It's possible that it might even be Fred Medina.
I didn't cure
Fred
it.
Kadita, no.
No, but it's just
FV. All right.
We overthought it.
Yeah.
COD still is good for TODAK. Then there's that argument that can be made that
Actually, here, carry might be the,
yeah. There's an argument can be made for carry because it's a Kaja carry.
Yep.
Right. That could be the case. Then pick up the Eve, and your drafting is pretty good if you're TODAK.
That's safe for Moon because there's not much room for the Kadira unless they put the Kadira in the Yaoi's hands.
So it's a carry Eve, the KY or the YK.
Why do we always want to acronymize all of
You
this?
pick your spots. That's what makes it funnier.
Not
Not everything.
And tide wait for no
Oh, but no, the Matrix.
We haven't seen Beatrix in a while.
Woodstock, instant pick.
You
Just
see,
quickly. Instant pick. It's not even think about it.
you know that it's a counter. The Beatrix will suffer from this hero.
Yeah, true.
And then, of course, the general idea is that you kind of mess up the combo. If there will be a Kaja to jump into the backlines, stack the damage with the Beatrix, Yuzhong will be perfect. That's why the ban here instantly is Eve. We thought about this.
Yep. The anti-box.
The anti-box, I love the
They
anti-box box.
That's right. They ruin it. They cut a line through it. How's TODAK play? They're forced to play guerrilla tactics now.
Yeah.
Now, honestly, looking at the draft, what would be good for Moon? Because I kind of feel like now that you have the Kaja, now that you have the Akai, maybe you can force some fights out, but you need the damage. You need the follow-up, right?
The burst.
So I'm not so sure what's the safest for Moon here, because if you pick up the Lilia is kind of safe. In terms of damage, not bad. Toda themselves, because they have the
Beatrix anyways. I'm thinking Kadira actually, but it could be panned out.
I was thinking of Kadita as well. But.
So you revert back to the Farsa, but Farsa and Beatrix both suffer from Yuzhong?
Yeah. Can I just say mid is so tight right now? Like mid is,
I agree.
I don't want to say worst, but it's the worst lane to be right now. Like answers and threats.
Novaria is still open if you want to try that.
Alright.
I don't think he has enough damage because you have to make sure your second skill actually hits.
It's an anti-synergy with everything else so
that's
far.
true. That's true.
Yeah.
It's too
Lunox?
much. Very slow though.
Very slow. I'm thinking if somewhere along the lines of a Kagura even. If this will be an assassin pickup for Echo, which I think it will not be the case because they already have the Fredrin and they use on anyways. That could be the case.
I don't know. Honestly, if you want to go for more just like less vulnerable type of mid laners, Lilia again is something that maybe TODAK would want to go for.
It's going to be very dangerous because, again, I agree with Leo. I play mid as well. Not a lot of very good picks with what I already have.
What if Echo picks up the Melissa so they kind of force the Farsa on TODAK, and then when it's a Farsa Beatrix, it's very bad for their squad.
Yep. So from you just choose a lesser evil.
You-
But it's still pretty bad.
Still pretty bad against
Yeah,
Yu
right.
Zhong. And of course the Valentina.
It's not just a normal Yuzong. It's Sanford Yuzong.
I've been
Oh,
It's
it's
SFYZ. I mean,
Yeah,
every
you're
time
right.
I say everything, right?
You're right.
Pretty sure Sanford's one word.
Okay. There's the carry. Is there a world where you go Hayabusa if you're TODAK?
I think it's very hard just because of the Yuzong
Okay.
and Frederick. It's very hard.
Okay, okay. So you really put this Akai on the jungle role.
Yeah, we're looking at the
Yeah.
jungler.
Okay. That means you need
A mid laner.
mid laner. Farsa, the Kagura, I feel like the Kagura is...
Muna's a Kagura.
Yeah, he can play the Kagura. He can play Kagura. Again, I'm thinking Lunox, but again, it's very dangerous as well.
Not possible for a Faramis pick.
Esmeralda Kag... Oh, you're right. You're right, actually.
Paramis is actually not
Lapu
bad.
is also open for TODAK.
Aramis Lapu.
Lapu Kagura,
The
maybe?
falling stars brought us here.
Novaria.
All right, they're
Wait,
gonna
wait,
try.
Natalia? Is this Natalia instant pick for Echo?
Yawi, Natalyawi.
Nataliawi?
He's gonna do it.
Dude, don't. Come on, man.
Or maybe an assassin?
Give us a chance, man. Come on.
You know, like honestly, looking at Echo right now, they already kind of have an answer to the Novaria anyway, right? The Yuzong.
There's so much.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Natalia.
They wouldn't mind stealing Astral Echo
Wait,
either.
is Cho open?
Oh, you're right.
Yes.
They can go the boring route with the Cho.
Oh, it's boring
It's
now.
boring now.
you want to win, right?
Yeah.
You want to win, so.
And it's match point.
And it's match point.
There you go.
Okay.
Boring. Nah, just kidding. This is definitely a stuff for Legends. So the classic combo was the Kaja plus the carry. This time it's one of the other classic ones, which is the Kaja plus the Beatrix. The way for you to kind of replicate that, it's either you go Valentina or the Cho with the Way of the Dragon, or maybe the Valentina copying the Divine Judgment. Clearly, Echo is really planned for this carry to be good and to deliver the kills to them. That is going to be the draft for potentially the last game of this series. But of course, TODAK will not let that happen just easily. So, Eterna, why don't you take us to game number 4?
All right. And you know, on top of your point, there's also the Novaria and the Beatrix combo, right? So there's a lot of just combos, these sets that are coming out from TODAK. They're going to be able to win it when it comes down to those pickoffs, but it could be a different story when it comes down to those team fights. And with that in mind, ladies and gentlemen, potentially it could be the last game of the series if TODAK can't force this out from the Orcas. And with that, let's begin game number 4 between both TODAK as well as Echo.
Right now, I'm looking at my heart rate and it's pretty high. Speaking of which, right now, looking at the situation, we got to see how Yumes as well as Moon is going to play this out, because there's always that potential of Novaria stealing away the buff very early on.
Yep, there's a lot that the Novaria puts on the table. It's just a matter of timing, and if TODAK's communications are on point, especially now that their backs are against the wall.
True, true. And that actually is going to be applied in all these 3 lanes as well, right? So far, how is this Yuzong and the Lapu Lapu matchup going to look like?
Well, it looks like Momo is going to take a lot of damage, so I don't know how to follow up on that conversation now.
I mean, it changes at level 4, no?
Yes, definitely, definitely.
But yeah, that's because Sanford used his full combo.
Yeah.
His level 2 combo.
Dude, again, that's pretty hard. Betty breaks the GPM high score again with 947 gold per minute last game. Rival is here to help out Momo. And now, again, so far, it looks like a lot of attention has to be given over to Momo. Momo needs the babysit for just a little bit. Sanford showing Momo not a good time.
And that's the question, right? Because right now, it's very different. When we saw those 2 lanes, it's usually in favor of Echo, but this time TODAK does have a winning lane, which is in the gold lane. Do you think they're able to play around that, play around Chiku?
Honestly, I kind of feel like this is also a false sense of security, but because the moment Chiku tries to go for that trade, all of a sudden Yaoi is there. So even if you're winning the lane, you could end up losing just because all of a sudden Yaoi's a thing.
So it really depends on where Yaoi is situated on
Exactly.
the map, right? Okay, but so far he's in mid. He hasn't really focused on the gold lane just yet. You can see that Echo, they're trying to play with their winning lanes. And here we go, so much action here in the bottom side, or what is going to be a lot of action in the bottom side. But Actually, no, yo.
It's a lot of action from Echo, and TODAK understood that, you know what, they have such a great advantage in early. Let's just give him the turtle. Clean take for Echo.
Sanford, man, this is the Sanford effect. The fact that once he opens the Black Dragon form, everyone's like, you know what, I don't want to mess with this. The guy is kind of strong on this hero, so we're not going to do much. For now, Chiku guys is able to win out just a little bit, but again, Yumes and Yaoi. So both roamers have roughly the same idea, but Sanji is there. He could provide the backup that could change the tide, so looks like TODAK, they're not going to go for it.
What are they going to go for here, right? There's not really any objectives on the map, but...
Look at the sandwich play. There's a kick on the Yumes, the first to fall. Echo draws first blood.
800 gold lead already here in the first 3 minutes of the game. And before the first turtle, right, everyone wanted to go to that level, that EXP, right, to get that level, to get that level 4, because both of these roamers are relying on that. So far, there is a pick on to TODAK, but what else can they utilize? Because like I mentioned before, there's not many objectives on the board just yet. Do they want to focus on pressuring the gold lane?
Honestly, at this point, I'm just looking at Yumes because Yumes so far has been quite a bit. Rival trying to set something up for his team, but could be very very here now. Retribution used onto Rival as well. So far, this is a lot of nothing team fights. But Momo going up against Sanford, almost winning that 1v1.
All right, so it looks like Momo, as you mentioned, Eterna, that dynamic should change once Momo hits level 4. So I think it's closer to 50-50. And yeah, I have to note as well, the relative absence of both teams in the XP lane. If it's all about gold, then they've both decided, yeah, this is a gentleman's agreement, we're not going to XP.
Yeah, I kind of feel like at this point, for both teams, they're like going mano a mano. Yumes against Yaoi, Sanji against Moon. Because I kind of feel like every single time they're targeting, they're targeting their counterpart. Because again, even from game number 1, Yaoi, who are you catching?
Yeah.
Yumes. Everyone's just like, yo, let's do 1v1, 5 different places.
And Yume's back on Yaoi as well. So
Whoa.
there's a little bit of beef there, but here we go.
40, going in deep, up top, Yumes gets the pull on the Benny. Rival with the heavy spin, gonna pin down Sanford. Momo gets the kill. Yumes though goes down, taken out by Benny Cutie. That fight's still happening up top, but down here, near the orange buff, Rival falls. Carl Teasy got his eyes on the orange buff, gotta steal it away.
2-for-1 trade, nearly 3. Oh, it could be 3 right now. Are they going to go for it?
Gets taken down. Benny goes deep behind enemy territory. And all this while, by the way, it was started off by Echo taking second turtle.
Again, I gotta say, that was a very risky play going for those minions. But again, this is kind of like the TODAK playstyle. It's like, yeah, I die, it's okay. I don't look at KDAs that much. And now, Rival and Carl Teasy again. Mano a mano up top. Yumes gets caught again by Yaoi.
Who the orange, the purple go to? All right, so at least Rival got his purple. That's not so bad. But given these movements in the jungle, that gold lane got popped wide open. Tier 1 goes down.
And that's not great, right? Because now, what we thought was a weak lane, what we thought Benny Cutie was playing weak side, he's been fed 3 kills already in the first 5 minutes of the game, and he already has his first item on the way to the second. Meanwhile, Beatrix still stuck at that.
I mean, ultra late game, Beatrix should have the advantage just because you have a lot of range as long as you can handle both Sanford as well as Yaoi. Now, concealed play, Yumes. Will he go for Sanford right now? Sanford wants to fight back. He sees Chico guys, he sees Moon, he wants Moon.
That's a full combo set in by Sanford. Black Dragon form straight into 4. Let's see, Rival playing footsies. Astral Echo set out. Sanji catches that bolt. And now Yumes, the only one left forward. Divine Judgment. In comes Chico, looking for more. Not enough damage. Carl Teasy, the middle of 3. In comes the headbutt from Rival. No dice. But look at mid. Oh, all this time, Echo's by time. Benny gets a push.
A little bit of miscom, I think, there because Yumes wanting for the cash, but I kind of feel like Chico guys, he did not have his ult ready. If he did, I kind of feel like that was a kill. The basic attacks, not enough just yet because Chico guys just has the Blade of Despair, which is great, but kind of great when you're using your ult. Basic attack for right now, with the deficit that you have, not great. 3.6k, 3.7k. Chico guys just needs a little bit more.
He needs a little bit more. His team needs to buy him a little bit more time, but that's the problem. Do they have enough time? Echo are playing the map exquisitely, right? Already getting that top tower as well with just how they were able to manipulate those side waves. even in the mid, right? It seemed like TODAK were hyper-focusing on the bottom lane, looking for that pick, like you mentioned before, but that actually just gave Echo the room and the space to go for another objective on the board.
Right now, look at Echo. They're clumped up together. Uh-oh. Moon giving just a little bit of vision, so they roughly understand that it's not a 1v1. Right now, there's 3 members there. Fredrin has to get his buff. Humes, do you want to catch Yawi? Do you feel that vengeful?
It's a 4v4 just waiting to happen. You can feel the
Fredrin.
tension. Rival spots Yawi. Heavy spin, forcing out a flicker. In comes Sanford. Watch Carlteasy getting those stacks in, forcing out a flicker away from Chico guys. Humes already popped the conceal. No dice. Rival headbutts in. Spent his ult already. That's a false engage. And now look, it's Momo off camera. Up top, taking a tier 1.
Right now, looks like they're just trying to split. They're trying to find Humes. Humes able to dodge out of that. Humes still has his Divine Judgment. And again, for now, it looks like both teams are trying to see who has the better trigger finger.
Okay, now in that trade, definitely worth it for TODAK, right? Wait.
Yeah.
Flicker?
Dude,
Okay.
if that was me, I'll flicker
You'd
out.
flicker out too.
Yeah,
All right,
I'll
all right.
flicker out because that was so scary.
All right, understandable flicker, but in that trade, I feel like TODAK, they're finally trading back. They're finally pushing the punches back again, right? Because if Echo was able to get perhaps a pick at least onto one member in the bottom side, then it could be a worth it trade for them. But they weren't able to. TODAK, they're trying to outsmart Echo at this point.
Yep, anything on the map is actually something TODAK would like to get their hands on in the least amount of cost, right? So if Humes has to die, so be it. If Momo has to die, sure, but he hasn't yet. Rival, sure. So this is fine. I think TODAK's map isn't very small as compared to what the gold lead might show. And I think Moon's Astral Echo is helping now. Lord started up at half health. Humes with that angle, going for the flank, spotted by Carlteasy. No one home, but wait, Benny Cutie versus Momo, forcing out a Bravest Fighter. Forward flicker by the Storm. And Sanji with a heavy spin on Rival. Still yet to use his OG heavy spin. There's a knock-up. Chico Guys falls. 40 finds him. Humes falls as well. 2K for the Apex Predator. And now Echo on full swing. The aggression finds Moon. Way of the Dragon. Here's Rival trying to solve a losing situation. And that's a wipeout at 9:43.
We saw what TODAK was trying to do. They're trying to split everyone up. They're trying to get into a good position to pinch Echo in. But the moment Benny Cutie found Momo, you do not have that flank coming in from the top side. And the fact that Carlteasy saw Humes on the bottom side, it made it so that that whole pincer thing, trying to box them in, it did not work out. TODAK, unfortunately, Echo knew what was going to happen and they stopped that. Prevention is better than cure.
For sure, they started that team fight already at a deficit, already at a handicap there, with the fact that he was already taken out before they went for it. And you can see Echo once again picking up the space here. Yawi
Gets a kick, and it's on Humes. Here comes Sanji. Rival took some time to get his purple. Humes is still alive. Watch how Momo and Rival draw a line. Heavy spin set up. Yawi very low. Gets on out of here. They pop Rival. Sanji gets the kill. TODAK are holding on. Lord has been taken down. Sanji with the flicker. That's 2K for him. Momo falls. Sanford with the Black Dragon form. Full-on combo. Moon falls inside his base. And Echo get 3 for none.
10 minutes, 11 minutes, 10,000 gold lead. Luckily for TODAK, they didn't have the waves at the right time. TODAK were still able to clear that mid and that bottom side. Otherwise, this would have looked a lot different. Where did it all go wrong? Let's take a look at that again.
Again, the instant replay, unfortunately, we're not looking at the Lord fight. And here's Yawi was solo, but the fact that Rival, he tried to go in, Sanji pushed him away like the Beyblade effect happening. If it weren't for Sanji, I kind of feel like Rival was able to pin quite a lot, and Chico would have been able to deal out quite significant amount of damage. So the fact that Sanji was there, preventing Rival from making a play, that was big.
Now, another engagement. This is the right thing to do for Echo. They just push the advantage, force these engagements. They steal the orange away. And now TODAK are forced to stay inside their own base.
Ooh, wow. Echo just completely dominating here in the 12th minute of game. And when we took a look at that replay, right, it was such an unfortunate Astral Sphere. He should have hit Yaoi. It was a few centimeters off in terms of that range. But later on, right, we're already 12 minutes in. Moon should be getting those items back. I'm curious to see how it looks like, because in the later stage of the game, that type of poke should be able to deter Echo's aggressiveness later on, right?
Moon needs 2 items, you guys needs 4. Going up against this composition, the fact that you guys can't deal out easy damage is quite a problem, because now Chiku guys even has a Wind of Nature, so he can survive a little bit longer going up against Sanford. Not going to survive quite well going up against Benny Cutie. Looking at the itemization here, Moon only has 2 items, which is strong, but going up against Sanji, 1, 2, 3 items here. And the fact that there's a lot of penetration coming in from the Genius Wand as well as the Arcane Boots, Chiku won't be able to do well because he has absolutely no magic resist.
Oh man, and unfortunately Yaoi as well as Carl TZ already do. So
Benny Cutie is full item, by the way.
yeah, Novari needs at least penetration at this point, right? Divine Glaive or even the Genius one.
At this point, I kind of feel like, yeah, it's the Divine Glaive because Echo, their lineup is way too tanky. You gotta stop Carl TZ and Sanford somehow.
I'm also wondering where Humes is right now. In this situation, 13 minutes in, 1-13, he thought of building the fleeting time first, plus a couple of baby armor items, baby sustain items. What was that? Was he thinking to go aggressive much faster than they're actually going now?
Yeah, but the thing is, he always get caught by Yaoi. Speaking of Yaoi now, he's in the front line. Sanford, Black Dragon form going in.
2 lanes pushed in, 2 lanes threatened by Echo. Lord crashing on through top lane, fully penetrated. TODAK now has permanent damage on their hands. Now Echo might go ahead for mid. Mind you, some key ults have been spent.
Yeah, but the thing is, I kind of feel like Echo, they're not going to be too aggressive for now unless Yaoi has anything to say about it, because Sanford, he doesn't have the Black Dragon form. Wait for that. Once he's on, then they might go for something.
Oh, they're not playing that top side?
Wait, a concealed play. They find the goat. Carl DZ with at half health.
Oh,
now
no.
they have isolated Chico guy Sanji with a heavy spin of his own. Double kill for Sanji. Humes is already out as well. Moonfall is just Momo and Rival left. Momo gets popped. Rival inside his base. What's he thinking? What's he gonna do? Echo has no waves in mid, but they do down bottom. Yaoi's still here, living on the edge. Black Dragon form.
No.
Echo smell blood. It's just Rival against the world. Ladies and gentlemen, Echo are just waiting for these minions to move on up as they make it to the next stage.
They have not lost a single match in the group stage, and they move on here in the knockout. What a performance by the Orcas themselves, proving what it means to be the world champs.
Congratulations to TODAK for making it this far, but Echo is moving on. It was a very gutsy play at the end there, trying to catch someone. But again, like I said, looking at the Valentina, a lot of penetration there. Chico guys had absolutely no magic resist. And the Valentina just caught him off guard. It's like, yeah, I'm here. You're going to go down.
Wait, so with this, we've confirmed the top 3 already, right? We just need 1 more remaining. We're all going to the semifinals.
That's right. Up next.
Just 1 more, either ONIC or EVOS.
Yeah.
Woo.
And with that, the last, well, the lone Malaysian team gets eliminated. And now we're only left with 2 Filipino teams, a Kamai team, and 1 more Indonesian.
We'll take a look at what the winners have to say about that match.
សូមស្នូទាំងដៃឲ្យអេកូមួយមកអត់សូវលឺទេសូមសំឡេងឲ្យខ្លាំងៗឲ្យអេកូម្ដងទៀតមកវ៉ាវតោះខាងនេះយើងឃើញថាមាន fan របស់អេកូច្រើនណាស់សូមហៅឲ្យអេកូឲ្យខ្លាំងៗមួយមកវ៉ាវ energy ពិតជាខ្លាំងមែនតើឥឡូវនេះយើងឃើញថាអេកូជាមួយនឹងតូដាបានវាយគ្នាត្រឡប់ទៅវិញទៅមកមួយស្មើប៉ុន្តែបន្ទាប់មកទៀតគឺអេកូទទួលបាននៅជ័យជំនះនៅក្នុងការប្រកួតនៅវគ្គមួយនេះផងដែរឥឡូវនេះយើងរកឃើញម្ចាស់ពៀនហើយនៅក្នុងវគ្គនេះគឺបានទៅលើអេកូរបស់ហ្វីលីពីនវ៉ាវឥឡូវនេះយើងចង់ដឹងថា តើអេកូអ្នកទទួលបាននៅជ័យជំនះមួយនេះគាត់មានអារម្មណ៍យ៉ាងម៉េចដែរអូខេសូមត្រឡប់ទៅកាន់ Mara ទាំងអស់គ្នាលើ stage I'm gonna pass it to Mara on stage
Congratulations, Echo! Great fight. But you know what? A lot of your fans got nervous after game number 2, during game number 2 actually. A lot of them were screaming. They thought you had that one. It was back and forth. Your opponent tried to do a backdoor. Actually, in the comment section, a lot of people were saying that game number 2, you guys got overconfident. Especially you, Yawi, because they saw you doing a lot of TPs. How true is that? Were you really overconfident for game number 2?
Confident naman po talaga kami na mananalo kami ngayon eh. Tsaka yung pagtitipi naman po namin kapag wala lang po gagawin or kakatapos lang ng clash. Yun lang po.
So they're really confident that they're gonna win today. And in terms of TP, they usually do that after the clash. So it's a thing that you like to do. Why is that?
Nakaka-boost po ng moral po namin. Tsaka na-hype po lahat. Yan po. Nabuboost po yung moral namin, tas na-hype po kami lahat.
Oh, their morale is boosted and even their own players gets hyped up.
Wow អញ្ចឹងយើងមានន័យថាយើងអត់ចាំបាច់ទៅឆ្ងល់នេះច្រើនទេព្រោះអីដោយសារតែអេកូគាត់បានដឹងហើយថាគាត់នឹងទទួលបាននូវជ័យជំនះនៅក្នុងការប្រកួតមួយនេះជាធីមតែម្ដងព្រោះអីដោយសារតែ player គ្រប់គ្នាគឺសិតតែទទួលបាននៅការបង្វឹកក៏ដូចជាការលេងយ៉ាងល្អមែនទែនបាទ
San brothers, Sanji, Sanford, after game number 2, you guys went to your room. What did you guys talk about? Because after that, everything went uphill from there.
Parang ano po, pinag-usapan lang po yung mali namin and dinadjust lang po yung draft. And mas kalmado po kami nung anong game yun? Game 3 and game 4 po, ayun. So sinabi ko rin po na babawi ako kasi parang crucial po yung nagawa kong error ng game 2.
Oh, okay, well, they just talked more about their strategy, the draft, what they needed to do. And actually, he said that he was going to make it up. He was going to make up for it for his team because he felt that he made crucial mistakes for game number 2 and he bounced back.
អូខេនៅពេលដែលអេកូមិនបានទទួលបានជ័យជំនះទៅលើតូដាក់នៅក្នុងវគ្គមុនអញ្ចឹងគាត់ត្រឡប់ទៅដល់បន្ទប់គាត់វិញគាត់ពិតជាបានសុំទោសទៅកាន់ធីមគាត់ដែលគាត់មិនបានលេងដោយប្រុងប្រយ័ត្នហើយគាត់ថាគាត់នឹងរៀបចំនៅ strategy ក៏ដូចជាយុទ្ធសាស្ត្រនៅក្នុងការវាយតូដាក់ឲ្យចាញ់នៅក្នុងវគ្គបន្តទៅទៀតផងដែរបាទ
And this one is for Benny Cutie. Now, what did this mean when you were doing this? What does that mean?
Ano po, hindi ko po alam eh. Nakita ko lang po kay Siko guys. Ginaya ko lang po.
So you don't know what it means. You just saw Chiku that he was doing it, so you were just copying it.
Apo.
Now, unfortunately, you eliminated Malaysia's Pride TODAK. What is your message for them?
Message sa TODAK, nice game and sobrang ganda nung pinakita nating laban para sa mga viewers. And good luck sa MPL.
He's sending a message to TODAK that it's a nice game, and both of them, even TODAK, put such a great effort and put such a great show for the audience. And he's wishing TODAK good luck for MPL, and perhaps you'll see each other
យើងឃើញ
again.
ថា barrel មួយនេះគឺពិតជាស្វិតស្វាញមែនទេព្រោះឯដោយសារតែមិនដូច barrel មុនទេគឺ3-0តែម្ដងប៉ុន្តែគឺចំពោះនៅក្នុងការប្រយុទ្ធមួយនេះគឺយ៉ាងហើយក៏ទទួលបានមួយពីខាង TODAK មកវិញដែរអញ្ចឹងគាត់ជូនពរឲ្យ TODAK ទទួលបាននៅជ័យជំនះក៏ដូចជាសំណាងល្អនៅក្នុងឱកាសក្រោយផងដែរបាទ
Now up next, it'll be 2 Indonesian giants. If you get to choose, let's give it to Carl Tizzy. If you get to choose between ONIC or EVOS Legends, the very first world champions, you being a 2-time world champion yourself, okay, which one would you rather choose? A fellow world champion or ONIC?
Ano po, EVOS po kasi gusto po namin sila bawian kasi tinalo nila kami ng MPLI.
Oh, so he wants to face EVOS because they want to bounce back and make a comeback. Revenge because they beat you for MPLI. Now, what is your message to all the Echo fans, especially those who flew all the way here to support you? Sanji, ikaw.
Thank you sa mga fans and salamat po sa mga sumuporta sa amin.
Thank you to all the fans. And thank you to all who supported them.
អូខេគាត់អរគុណទៅដល់អ្នកដែលគ្រប់គ្រងគាត់តាំងពីដើមរហូតដល់ពេលនេះហើយឥឡូវនេះគាត់ទទួលបានជ័យជំនះហើយដោយសារតែការគ្រប់គ្រងរបស់យើងទាំងអស់គ្នាបានធ្វើឲ្យគាត់ទទួលបាននូវជ័យជំនះហើយសម្រាប់សំណួរអមាញ់មិញថាតើនៅពេលដែលគូបន្ទាប់តែគាត់ចង់ជួបជាមួយអ្នកណាគឺគាត់ចង់ជួបជាមួយនឹង EVOS Legend
And now it's time to find out who the MVP is for the first match of the day. Let's take a look. And the MVP is Sanji! Sanji, MVP! What are your thoughts on that? Did you expect that? Isang turo. Sanji, point. Copy that post. Go ahead. Oh! Do you have anything to say about you being MVP? Because a lot of fans love you here. Anong gusto mo sabihin sa lahat ng mga fans? Kasi ang daming nagmamahal sa'yo dito, ha? So ikaw yung MVP ng masasabi mo doon.
Thank you po.
Okay. Thank you. And that's what he's saying. Once again, everybody, congratulations to Echo moving on to the next round. We're gonna break that down for you even more, so we're gonna go back to our casters. Take us to see the world.
That's how it is.
Oh,
That's how it is.
on.
It's not just
Okay.
me. It's also the boys and the lady. I mean, the gentleman and the lady. Yeah.
You know, at this point, you just refer to me as gentleman.
Yeah, I mean, if you
know,
prefer that, okay.
The people.
It's okay.
The people.
The people.
Alright.
The panel. MVP is Sanji for that game and for that series. 7-0-5. Wonderful performance on the Valentina. Unforgettable copy the ultimates, utilizing the heavy speed for the Beyblade action, as LaFell would say.
He has
but
everything.
Overall, he did have
Let it
everything.
rip.
What did he have?
He had the Beyblade again, heavy spin.
Okay.
He could use Divine Judgment. I'm not
Okay.
even sure if he stole at some point Bravest Fighter. I'm pretty sure he
Could
didn't. It would be a waste. Even Astral Echo. Getting Astral Echo would be so good.
That's right.
Let's see.
LaFell, you saw through the. Can you talk us through what Echo did correctly in this game through our highlights?
They saw the future. 20
They saw
seconds
the future.
20 seconds ahead, because every single angle Toda was trying to do, they knew it was coming. This is the fight around the Lord where, okay, Yums, you wait in that bush. Momo, you're gonna come from top. All three of us are gonna charge at the same time in mid. They saw that happening, killed Momo first, killed Yum seconds. The other three, doesn't matter. At that point, in the bottom side, they knew that Toda wanted to go for anyone. So Carl TZ just made himself his bait. And then Sanji just waited, and it's like, okay, I'm gonna come in, do damage onto Chiku guys. Once Chiku's not there, the rest of you kind of don't matter. So at this point, I would say they learned the habits of Toda. So before Toda made the play, they could instinctually know what they were looking for.
Okay, in most of those fights that we saw through the highlights, surely you saw like Sanji and everybody just thinking ahead, right? And I think the guy who thought ahead many more times was Yaoi. And I would like to ask Eterna, because she was the one who predicted this Cho pick. Were you that impressed about the performance of Yaoi, or was it just like another day at the office for the Cho god of the Philippines?
I mean, honestly, it kind of was, right?
Kinda
That's
was, right?
That's what you'd expect. That's why you said it was boring. Because
true,
at this
true.
point, we expect that of
Yeah.
him. And it just fit their composition and how to counter the enemy's composition most. So that's how I was like, you know what, Cho.
Yeah, he definitely delivered literally and figuratively in this game. You see some of the important items in here. I'm actually surprised that KTZ didn't have a death or a kill.
Honestly,
007.
honestly,
James
I agree with Leo. The early fleeting time felt pretty
On Yums.
unwarranted.
That was greedy as hell.
Just go for
Okay.
defense, because again, you're always gonna get caught. And the thing is, looking at here, again, I love the boys. I love the Toda boys, but I kind of feel like because mano a mano, every single lane, they're winning by themselves. Benny Cutie could handle Chiku guys, no problem. Yaoi could handle Yums, no problem. Sanji could handle Moon, no problem. So it's kind of like they're a better team individually.
Oh, they're a better team
Ooh,
individually,
ouch.
and you use.
Yeah, that hurts. But again, analysts.
Today, specifically today too, 3-1, yes.
You mean a matchup, the matchup kind of?
Yes.
Oh, okay, okay, and that speaks a lot coming from from someone who supports.
No, again, like I support them. I love them to death. Like I said, I love the TODAK boys. But at this point, you know, it's a competition, and we're here because again, I think they know this as well. They just got to figure out for the next competition, how do they get even or better than their competition? Because at this point, even if you have the brains, you still need the bronze to actually equalize everything out.
Yeah, the most brutal part here is that Malaysia, as a region, unfortunately will just